So today we're one step further into fitting the XR650R forks onto my Honda Africa Twin. In the last video I got a lot of questions like why not upside down forks and won't those forks flex? Let's clear that up quickly before we jump into the wheel and axle solution. I picked conventional fork because I want the bike to look OEM-ish. The Africa Twin came with conventional forks and I liked the classic rally style. Is an upside down fork often stiffer? Yes, in many cases it is, but for this build I'm balancing performance with the look I want. Also, people keep mixing up the XR650L and the XR650R forks. They're not the same. The XR650R uses a Kaiwa 46mm open cartridge fork, which is much more serious unit than the XR650L setup. Now let's talk about stiffness, because this is where the numbers actually help. A super useful rule of thumb is bending stiffness increases with the diameter to the fourth power. In simple terms, small diameter increases make a big difference. The Africa Twin fork tubes are 43mm and the XR650R tubes are 46mm. So the stiffness ratio is approximately about 31% stiffer just from the tube diameter, if everything else is equal. Now, yes, our modified XR forks are also a little longer. The Africa Twin fork length measured from the axle is about 87.5 cm and our modified XR650R fork is 91.5 cm, about 4 cm longer. Beam deflection roughly scales with the length to the third power, so longer can mean more flex. If we calculate it, it's about 14% more flex from length, but keep in mind we also have 31% stiffer from diameter. If you combine them, and the simple model still says the XR fork setup ends up less flexy overall, even though it's slightly longer. So it will be around 30% less flex. Now here's the big headache. When you want to keep the stock Africa Twin front wheel, with the XR650R fork, the axle diameter is different. Africa Twin wheel setup is based around a 15mm axle, but the XR fork axle is 17mm. We have two ways to solve that. Option A, the first option, put the XR axle in the lathe and turn it down from 17mm to 15mm so it fits the original wheel bearings. But I'm not doing that, and here's why. Just like fork tubes, the solid axle's bending stiffness scales with the diameter to the fourth power. That means a 17mm axle is about 65% stiffer than a 15mm axle if everything else is equal. So if I machine it back down to 15mm, I throw away one of the biggest advantages of this fork swap, a noticeably stiffer front end. So instead we solve it the smart way. We convert the wheel to the 17mm axle by swapping to the 17mm inner diameter bearings. Luckily we can use XR650R front wheel bearings in the Africa Twin hub. I used an all balls racing wheel bearing kit, part number 25-1076, so the plan is remove the old bearing, install a new bearings, make a new internal spacer that fits the 17mm axle properly. Inside the hub there's an internal spacer tube that sits between two bearings. Its job is critical. When you tighten the axle you want to clamp left inner race, spacer, right inner race, so you're not crushing the bearing through the balls or rollers. Now, one super important point. The length of the internal spacers stays the same 56mm. Even though the new bearings are 10mm wide instead of 11mm, we do not just make the internal spacer 2mm longer, because if the internal spacer is too long, the bearings won't fully seat against the hub shoulder, and then you've got a wheel that never sits correctly in the hub. So the internal spacer length stays 56mm, exactly like stock, because the hub geometry and bearing seats dictate that. What we do change is the inner diameter, so it slips over a 17mm axle nicely. For a light slip fit, we set the internal spacer inner diameter to 17.05mm. That gives us about 0.05mm of diametral clearance, so it slides on cleanly without being sloppy. Now the outer diameter we choose 22mm. It gives enough wall thickness for strength while still clearing everything inside the hub. The final internal spacer dimensions are length 56mm, inner diameter 17.05mm, outer diameter 22mm. And if you want the wall thickness, that's about 2.48mm. So huge thanks to my brother for machining this spacer. Now we install the new bearings. First bearing goes in on one side, don't forget the internal spacer. Second bearing goes in on the other side. Then we do the sanity check, spin the wheel, feel for drag and make sure everything rotates smoothly, and in our case it spins perfect. And now the best moment. The 17mm axle slides right through like it was meant to be there. But we're not finished yet. Without the correct outer spacers, the wheel will move side to side between the fork legs. And there's another problem. The Africa Twin Speedo drive is also designed around 15mm, and I don't want to destroy the original part because this bike is a classic and maybe one day I want to go back to stock. So instead I bought a cheap replacement Speedo drive online. Honestly, these can be found around €8 depending on where you look, and I choose one from an XR650R. The Speedo drive is simple. A gear in the wheel drives a warm gear in the housing, and on my original Africa Twin the gear is plastic, while this replacement unit uses a metal gear, which is a nice bonus. And because they're so cheap, I recommend buying two. You'll thank yourself later. Of course, the Speedo drive is still a 15mm bore, so I put it on the lathe and bored it to 17mm to match the axle. Now we need the outer spacer. It's really important because it sets where the wheel sits in the middle of the forks. The spacer has to be precise, so what we do is put the wheel in the forks, center it visually, and by measurement measure again and again just to make sure. Then I made a quick Fusion 360 model and actually 3D printed a test spacer, first to just confirm fit and alignment before making it out of metal. Here's how the final stack goes from right to left. Right fork leg, right outer spacer, the hub, which consists of the bearing, internal spacer and another bearing, the Speedo drive unit and the left fork leg. The axle slides through everything, and when you tighten it, the clamp load goes through the axle, inner race, internal spacer, inner race and the axle again. That's the key concept. The internal spacer prevents you from crossing the bearings internally, while the outer spacer positions the wheel correctly between the fork legs. Once it's tightened, we do final checks. Wheel spins freely, no side to side play, centered in the forks, Speedo drive engages properly. And with that, the stock Africa Twin front wheel now runs on a 17mm axle in the XR650 arcs, properly spaced and aligned. So that's the wheel and axle problem solved. And it's a big step forward in making the XR650R fork swap work cleanly on the Africa Twin XRV650.